The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
So was it like fish to water?
It was because I got into the secular world.
Okay.
I got into the secular world because, and I think I thought about this even coming here, just how I operate now is a very community, mindset. I come out of this a very family-oriented way. I've always been that way. And it has not been successful in the secular world as much.
Okay.
Because I would open the doors and say, come on in, let's do this. And that would backfire a lot because I just
letting the snakes in.
you just have to. There's a balance to it now, and I'm thankful for the balance. But when I first got into it, I mean, I'm coming straight from family projects to doing incredible work with church ministry and me being big. When we ended up having TV trucks and everything.
Wow,
it was big. We got big, and so I understood that. And then when I got into the world, and I said, hey, I can do all of this, they were like, slow down, son. You can't do any of that.
Wow.
You got to start from the bottom. And that's how it happened, And
really?
I just had to go again. And that was a big task to ask for because I knew so much, because I had a lot of, relationships. Even that first year, Russell Williams III, shout out to Russell Williams III. He's the Academy Award winner, the first African-American to win Oscars for Best Sound for Dancing with Wolves and Glory.
Oh, wow.
Back to back. And he was born and raised in Washington, D.C., 51st Street Southeast, with my mother, Vashti Gibson. They born and raised with each other. And she kept telling us about him. He did Women's at Brewster's Place, and he helped Spike Lee. He won the Emmy for that. He helped Spike Lee with all of his movies, and Sam Jackson was his best friend, so that's how Sam Jackson exists. Russell Williams.
Nice.
Jungle Fever.
Wow.
So I knew about all of this coming up. And I saw it from a distance. And so at my senior year, Russell had already won for Dancing with Wolves that year. So it was back-to-back. He won Glory first and Dancing with Wolves second, 91. He came to Howard University, and it was my senior year. I was pulling to my senior year, and I was just like, I don't know what I want to do. I want to meet him. I've been talking to him for many years on the phone and congratulate him. It felt like a fairy tale, really. It didn't feel real.
Wow.
And then he said, I'm here. And so, I decided, and my mom and my dad, everybody said, this is the right move. I decided that day, I'm either going to my graduation this day, it's a true story, or I'm going to go see Russell.
Wow.
I didn't experience that graduation, y'all. I don't know what it is.
What graduation?
I don't know what the high school graduation feel like.
Wow.
I don't know.
So they looking around after they called your name?
I did not get the diploma in my hand. You know how they do all that?
Yeah, the handshake and
none of that.
Tassel,
I think my mom got it in the mail down the stretch. I don't know.
Wow.
I just said, look, I'm done. I'm done with school. Russell here. And I went to Howard University with my mom. I sat down there right in the front row, and he shouted my mama out. And he had, all of these big people sitting up there talking to him. And it was just, I was just overwhelmed. And he shouted my mom out, and he said, there's Howard Gibson, my little nephew, kind of shouted me out. And I had that pride in me, like.
I'm sitting here listening. That's got to be a dope story, man.
There was a lot of pride in me. And I was like, I felt I made the right move that day.
I feel like you did.
And God said, do it. God said, you know what? This is it. Do it.
Yeah.
There's moments in my life.
Gotta move.
There's moments in my life where I just hear something.
Yeah.
And that will be the incredible impetus in my body, like I shake. And I'm like, I gotta find out the other side of that.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And that day was the first day of me in the film business.
Wow.
Literally. Has not changed since that moment. So I saw him. Mom still was worried about let's go back and at least do a party or something. I said, Mom, I'm going to hang out with Russell.
Yeah.
And off the stage, he went and hung out in the Crampton Auditorium at Howard University.
Crampton,
walked them all around, the professors, and Kathy Hughes was there.
Okay.
I mean, and I stood there, and he says, I star Distinguished Gentleman tomorrow with Eddie Murphy. Come on through the stage. Come on through the set.
Wow.
Maybe I can get you in a role, get extra. So I went there with a suit on. Next day, and I'm standing there. I'm in Washington, D.C. I had an American flag tie on with my suit. And I'm standing right next to Russell. And little did I know, I get this man tapping my shoulder. and said, "You in my way." And then I turn around, and it's Eddie Murphy. He got to get mic'd on.
Yeah.
But he right there with the sound guy.
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Oh, I'm in the way." And this is Eddie Murphy. Let me step back.
Yeah.
And he keeps looking at me while he's micing him up. "Hey, man, give me that tie. What you doing with that tie on? You upstaging me?"
Wow.
And I'm like, "No, sir. I'm just here. I'm just, why you looking like that?"
Yeah,
I'm trying to get extra. And I'm like, "I need to leave." I'm looking around. I'm scared.
Mess nothing up.
I'm 18, you know. And that was my introduction to the film business.